Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in living color. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling, where I'm joined by my special guest, or not my special guest, but the co-host, the new co-host of the podcast.
Hey.
Brendan with the tank top.
With always
the
flip flops.
With the flip flop. What color you got?
Gray. We got the gray
today.
Gray.
The gray Old Navy flip flops, and we got Joe coming in from parts unknown, still in the basement.
Still in the basement.
Basement.
You missed it, Brendan, last night. They were giving me so much crap because it was just dark in here because I didn't have the lighting set right. So.
Were you like in a dungeon or what?
He's like,
yeah, I mean, this is a
before.
lot of light compared to what last night was.
It was just light on his face. And
yeah.
Everything else was
it's that screen is just right at you. And
it's like you're in an interrogation room.
Oh, for sure. He's like, he's being held hostage by Nicole.
Getting grilled.
But gentlemen, how was your week of reselling? I was just taking the dog out, and I was thinking about this, and I think we needed to discuss this before we do anything else. So we got to all meet each other. Well, Joe had known Brendan, and I've never met Joe or Brendan until the Nashville meetup in the late April, and I couldn't remember if it was just Brendan or if it was Joe and Brendan when you guys ran out of gas. Were you both together?
It was just me, and Brendan was going to be my savior.
That's right. So I brought this up to Grumpy not too long ago, and was
you brought it up.
Hilarious. No, he thought it was hilarious too, but
at the time it was not hilarious.
You need to tell the story. So, if you guys don't know, we had a bunch of, the Nashville meetup, which I think it was a great success. So thank you guys so much for coming down.
Dude, it's so much fun, man. So much fun.
Yeah. But Saturday morning, right? Saturday morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saturday morning. You tell the story, Joe, because it's your story. So.
All right. Saturday morning, everybody just went garage sales, flea market, wherever. And I'm with my people. And we're hitting garage sales, and every once in a while, the guy's car.
Who's your people? You got to give context here, Joe, because people.
It was
don't know.
Larry, and then I had Apex Jeff sitting with me in the back seat. Larry was driving.
Was it No Way Out, Larry, or what does he go by? What's Larry's like moniker or whatever?
I just thought it was always Apex. Oh, Larry. Oh,
Larry.
I have no idea.
Isn't it like No Way Out, Larry, or?
We should just go with that for now. Just No Way Out, Larry.
No Way Out, Larry. So No Way Out, Larry's driving. His wife's in the passenger seat, and I can't remember her name. Apex Chef's in the back seat with me. We're hitting garage sales. Every once in a while, the car would do weird dinging as we're driving, and he's putting his seatbelt on, and he's like, "Why is it still dinging?" I don't know. We hit our garage sales. We get back to the hotel. We unload. I'm like, "Hey, you want some money for gas, I appreciate you driving me around." No, we're good. I'm good. It was fun having you guys hang out and talk and all that stuff. Then he's like, let's meet back in a half an hour. We come back down. For some reason, Jeff and Larry were talking about a gas station that's connected now with a grocery store. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Again, we talked about gas. We head onto the freeway to go meet up with these guys for dinner. And
it wasn't even dinner, it was lunch yet. It was
lunch. Yeah, it was lunch. Yep, it was lunch. As we're driving, all of a sudden there he goes, "Oh, we're gonna run out of gas." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm gonna quick look up on maps and Google Maps and see where the next gas station exit is and stuff like that. And it was like, "No, we are literally running out of gas right now on the freeway." So we're pulling over to the shoulder and we're just sitting there, and I'm like, "Oh." So my first thought is, okay, who could we call that's a reseller that's around that could come and just get us some gas? So when I knew Brendan, and I didn't know where you were at, Ray, you were probably already at the restaurant because I think
I was there. I was already. People were already getting hangry. So
well, it's because you guys were still in line outside, though.
Oh, yeah. For sure. The point to where I can't remember what time we had to be at Monell's, and guys, Monell's is amazing, but I knew that we had to wait, but I didn't think we would have to wait that long, and people didn't eat, so they were getting hangry to a point to where they were late, got gas, and were able to get there before we even
And
got
then
set.
still sit.
We still waited for
Still-
like
Yeah.
40 minutes after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we got
So
there.
so I was already, managing the temperaments of all these people that are hangry.
Right.
And it's like hot. It was hot that day too.
Dude,
Oh,
yeah.
it was hot.
So we're
Yeah, it
out there
was.
just cooking, no pun
Yeah.
intended. But the food was good. I sent out that survey and everyone thought that it was worth going again. So
Dude,
I don't
like,
know.
yeah, I ate until I like could not eat anymore.
yeah, for
Yeah.
$15.
Yeah, for $15. Yeah,
Right?
steal. It's a steal.
Yeah. But okay, back to the story. So when this is happening, Brendan is
I'm
doing your own
assuming,
thing.
right? And I'm
So tell us
assuming-
your part of the story, Brendan. So leading up to
okay.
the
Yeah.
emergency call from Joe.
So we were like, I think we were on the way actually to Moonhouse, and then I was with Lori and Kyle, Happy and Grumpy, and then Deanna from Vendu.
Shout out
And
to
we-
Bendu.
And we were head over there, and then I get a text from Joe like, I don't remember what you said, man. Like, oh, we need some help. We're out of gas and stuff. And I was like,
Back on the freeway.
yeah. I was like, and then I tried to find you. I was like, you need to drop a pin because you were like trying to tell me like, oh, it's between like this hill and this marker. I'm like, dude, I have no idea where that is at all.
The pin
Like,
wasn't
zero
working.
idea.
I was
Yeah.
having horrible service.
And then I don't know, a little bit later, like I don't know, a couple minutes later, I figured it out. And then it just happened like we were going down that way, and it was like a traffic jam, man. So many cars, and I was like, oh man. Then my first thought was like, I think they're backed up because they ran out of gas in the middle of the road.
Oh.
I thought that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then we didn't even get there. We were on the way, and then Joe's like, never mind. First of all, let me go back. We went to like 2 other gas stations that didn't have gas cans because we had to buy a gas can. So we went to the third gas station that had a gas can. Grumpy bought the gas can and the gas, and then went to go get you guys.
Mhm.
And then on the way there, Joe was
Kyle,
like,
Grumpy Picker.
yeah. Joe's like, man, never mind. Larry called the tow truck, and we got gas. We don't need it. And I was like, Grumpy's gonna be so mad, dude, because we weren't even there yet. Like we were stuck in traffic,
But Joe's communicating to you
with me,
and
yeah.
you're the communicator to the person that's driving, which
Yeah.
is Grumpy, and
Yeah.
then Lori, and then Deanna that's there with you, right?
In the back, yeah. And
In the back. So your guys are going out of your way to try to find these goons. Is
Yeah.
stopping at these gas stations, buying like a $30 gas can with no gas in it.
yeah. And
And then finally you get a text from Joe saying, "Hey, we got gas." Like, how was that communication
oh man.
with Kyle?
I waited like a couple minutes because I was like, oh man, he's gonna be so mad. I was like, I don't know how to break it to him. And then I was just like, basically I was like looking at my phone and I was like, oh yeah, they don't need gas anymore. They got some help. And he was like dead silent. And I was like, dude, he's seething with rage right now. Like, because like it was just out of the way, dude. Everybody was hungry, everybody was hot. We're trying to find these guys stuck on the middle of the road. And then we're getting close to the pin. And then Joe was like, oh, never mind, we got it. And I was like, oh man. And this whole ordeal took us like, mind you, we didn't even get to them. We didn't even reach them.
Oh.
It took us like an hour almost, I would say.
So you didn't even did you like veer off? Did you go past the pen?
We just like took the next exit off and then went like headed toward, because we were like, wow, we don't know if we're gonna make it to lunch or not because all these cars, and we thought you guys were like already in there and stuff.
Mhm.
And then we were like, maybe we should just go do our own thing for lunch or whatever. And then I don't know how we communicated, but they were like, you guys were like, oh, we're still waiting. So then we headed to Monell's and
Mhm.
we got there, but yeah, everybody was like so over it by the time we got there. Just wanted to eat, be cool, all that stuff. Like it was a
rough.
mess. It was a
Dude,
mess.
it was rough. It was rough. It was especially with me trying to again like trying to make sure everyone's okay, make sure everyone's happy, knowing
Yeah.
what I knew about how the wait is worth it once you get in there.
Right.
But normally I'm like going with my wife or like maybe like 4 or 6 people at max. So maybe I'm waiting like 30 minutes. But when you have 40, 50, 60 people,
Yeah.
it's a little different.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but so how was that car ride back to the Did it seem like an eternity trying to get to the restaurant?
Yeah, I felt like we were never gonna get there, and I was like, everybody was like, nobody was talking the whole way there,
Oh,
and it was so awkward. And I was like, man, like, I don't know if I should like go break the silence or anything, or like say something, but I didn't. I was like,
say a
keep my
funny
mouth shut.
joke.
Yeah, and
Yeah, and I talked to Kyle. I brought it up to him a little bit. I don't know, probably like last month when
Okay.
we talked, when he reached out, and I told him, he's like, dude, it was just a crazy situation. I mean, he was cool, but he's cool about it.
Yeah,
But I thought it was funny because Grumpy Picker, and dude, I would have done the same thing. I would have been pissed.
yeah, yeah. Everybody was like I said, people were just like, we wanted to eat, like we just wanted to get there and stuff, and like, and then we get almost to Joe and Larry, and then they're like, oh yeah, never mind, and everybody's like, you serious, man? Like, but it wasn't Joe's fault. It wasn't Joe's fault.
I was gonna say. So I told Larry, I go, hey, I've got Brendan getting us gas with Grumpy Picker. And then he ends up calling, I don't know, his insurance company, like a AAA thing or something. Yeah. And then he's got something arranged for a truck to come and get gas. And I'm like, I told you.
Yeah.
I've got those guys looking for gas right now. And now I'm like, okay, Brendan, you better make it before this tow truck guy shows up because.
We tried. We really tried.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you guys went out of your way.
Could you say that Larry is Grumpy's like his like
opposition?
Yeah.
Now. You would think so.
Yeah,
so then we're
enemy number one.
And then we're sitting in the car on the shoulder, and cars are just flying by, doing 80. And I'm like thinking, all we need is one person not paying attention and just rear-ending us and just destroying this little car.
Dude.
I look over and Apex Jeff is putting his seatbelt on. He must have thought the same thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep. I'm putting my seatbelt back on again, too.
Smart idea.
We got like those triangle things,
Right.
Oh, like the ones that glow or whatever.
Yeah, like way before, just in case. I'm surprised a cop or anybody didn't stop.
Exactly. I thought for sure a cop would have shown up because we sat there probably a good half an hour.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
And then we have the car ain't running, so we had no AC, so any air conditioning is going to 80 mile per hour, truck driving by to cool us down. And then I was going to say that's the thing. So we get our gas, we get to the restaurant, and then I'm texting Brendan, and I'm like, hey, are you guys coming? And they're like, no, we're going to go and eat somewhere else. And then that's when I realized we still had to wait. And I'm like, no, come.
Yeah.
Because there's still going to be a half an hour at least, possibly. So that was, I let them know that they could make it still in time, and they weren't going to miss anything because we're just all standing around waiting still. So,
yeah.
That's
one of my favorite restaurants. It's well worth it.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Good.
Like I think next time we put on next time I do it, it'd probably be more of like a hand group of us. Like if get people to arrive early or afterwards, maybe like 5 or 6 of us will go. Not like 50 people.
Yeah, because it was 2 huge tables of all of us.
It was 3.
Was it 3? I thought it was 2.
Yes,
oh, wow.
It was 3. I was the last.
Yep, I was at us 3 were at the last table.
Yeah.
It was 3.
Yeah, because there was a table that ate way before we did.
Yeah.
And they left. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but what was your favorite food there in Monell's?
Man, I'm trying to think. The cobbler was pretty good. Yeah,
cobbler was fire.
Yeah, the cobbler was real good. There's nothing that I didn't like.
Because you don't eat. Do you guys eat stuff like that? Where you guys are like the country home style, like
not
food
really.
like that, or is it
Not
just
really.
like a southern thing?
It's like a southern
fried
thing.
Chicken, macaroni, green beans. Because Minnesota's pretty country, and some parts of Michigan is pretty country too.
Yeah, I mean, once in a great while, but not like all the time. Not like a restaurant like that. You know?
Right. I agree. Yeah, we don't.
So you guys got it good down there, man. You guys got it good with all the food and all that down there, man. You're lucky.
That's why I'm overweight.
Hattie B's was another great restaurant too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What was your favorite thing at Monell's, Joe?
I thought the chicken was good. The ribs were good. I know Ken, the macaroni expert, macaroni and cheese expert, he agreed. Paul and I both said this was probably the best macaroni and cheese between the restaurants we had gone to.
Oh,
so
wow.
good
Okay.
as well. I'm just trying to think what else was even served.
I forgot about the ribs. Those were really good.
Yeah.
Those were good.
Biscuits? Did you have biscuits?
Oh, yeah. The biscuits
I
were good.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biscuits, or there was other rolls and stuff like that, I think, too.
Mhm.
Like different options in the basket they got.
Cornbread.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. Cornbread.
It's like,
Yep.
dude, when you're constantly getting plates passed to you, like you can't even pick up your fork. You know, it's like
it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun for sure. But speaking of biscuits, see how I did there? See what I did there?
I see what you
what
did there.
you're talking about.
Huh? Joey, biscuit. Pillsbury Doughboy himself, off to the great
To a new-
green pastures.
To a new home.
Yeah.
The sweet lands of California.
So tell us, you sold your Pillsbury Doughboy head.
I sold
We were
Archie
talking about it
Biscuits
last week.
Buck's mascot. I sold his mascot. So Sunday I got in. I had a list for $2.99. Got an offer for $1.99, and I didn't accept it right away because I don't know. I'd like to play that game a little. And I was telling Nicole, and she's like, "You're not taking the offer," and I'm like, "Yeah, I probably will."
Yeah.
And then I messaged our little group on Marco Polo, and I'm like, "Would you guys do this?" And I'm like, I already was going to do it anyway, just have a conversation. So I did, and then I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't say anything about shipping of what the total is because I don't have. Oh my god, is it free shipping? Because this is going to cost a lot of money to ship. It's 28 by 18 by 18 box, but it only weighs 8 pounds. And there was no shipping. And then finally, this lady paid, and she paid $160 to ship.
Wow.
Because you got to calculate shipping on it.
I did calculate shipping because eBay would not let me put. I was going to put like $60 or $70 as a flat fee, but eBay wouldn't let me do that because they didn't think, they thought I was way overcharging for a Pillsbury Doughboy item.
What do they know? What do they know about that stuff?
Yeah, what do they know?
Look at the picture. The thing is huge. The boxes. I mean,
What, they think it was like a little, like, I don't know, like a little plush or something?
I don't know. It just kept saying I was denied on charging that much money on shipping. Like they thought I was gonna,
I wonder if that's a thing from. Do you remember when eBay used to not charge, like the fee structure, the way eBay used to have it in the past, to where the shipping, the commission didn't come from the shipping?
Yep.
Like the fees. So what a lot of people would do is they would charge like 99 cents for the item,
Yeah.
and then like
Oh,
$100 for shipping. I
Yeah.
wonder if that's left over from that.
It has to be.
You can't. Yeah.
How did you ship it? Like, what service did you use?
So I picked FedEx, which was probably $15, $20 cheaper than UPS.
Yeah.
And I put insurance on it and a confirmation signature. So I'm gonna make you guys make sure you get this box.
We'll talk.
Right.
We'll talk about signature confirmation in a sec.
Intact.
Oh, great.
It's usually like, I mean, I was gonna say either FedEx or sometimes UPS, man, can get you like bottom rate, but it just depends. But like, I know a lot of people now don't even use that; they just go with straight ground advantage. But for an item that big, that's what I was asking.
Did you go to the FedEx store, or did you go to like use like Pirate Ship or Ship Hippo or?
No, I just I picked it from right off of eBay. Whatever.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because it was showing $60 for UPS ground, and then FedEx home delivery was again like $45 or $15 cheaper at $45. And I'm like, well, I'll go FedEx ground or FedEx home delivery, and then add insurance and signature and stuff like that. And then I met a reseller buddy at my post office just before I dropped it off, and we were talking about, I'm like, hey, I sold this, I'm doing FedEx. And he's like, oh, I don't like FedEx anymore. And I'm like, really? What? He sent something that was only $14 UPS ground through FedEx. He saw that UPS ground was like another $15 more. So he cheaper one. Sends it. FedEx gave him an extra overage charge of $20 more later on after it got delivered. So he's like, I don't want to deal with FedEx anymore because they're just going to do this to me. And he's like, I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to get charged another $50 because he was doing some calculation. You go by
I think it was the height
dimensions of the box.
The dimension of the box.
That's what I was gonna say. The dimensions, yeah.
And then times it by whatever, and then it's like, okay, by their calculation, this thing should weigh 60 pounds, so therefore they're gonna overcharge you because they think it should weigh that much. They don't care how much it really weighs. Based on the size package, they're just gonna say, oh, yep, this is the price it's gonna cost you.
Mercari does that. Even if like you have like a 5-pound box or whatever, but it's like a weird dimension, they'll charge you like the size of the box. And sometimes like the shipping rates will be astronomical. It's like not even worth selling on there sometimes because it's like nobody's gonna pay that. Nobody wants to pay that much more in shipping,
So we will see how much, if I get any extra charge.
Oh, so you're waiting.
Yeah, I sent it yesterday. So,
but you made a little bit of money off of that shipping though, because it was calculated, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So do you guys? So they charged this lady $160 for shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Would you give a refund?
No.
You know my answer.
No.
Right.
I always do. Brendan, do you do calculated shipping on all your items? Or
I do.
That's what I do too.
Because like you never know how far it's gonna go and like how much it's gonna cost,
And I've had a lot of issues with calculated shipping where bigger item. It was a few years ago. We were at the Boss Reseller Remix the first time we went, and this guy was looking at my store, and he came up to me a few days later, and he's like, "You realize you got this giant crossbow, and it's going to cost $200 and some to ship to me in Arizona. Why would you charge that much?" I'm like, "I'm just putting the dimensions of what the thing's going to fit in the box.
Right.
I can't help it that eBay is calculating that for a price." And he's like, "You should just make it a flat, $60 or $70 because it's not going to cost that much to get down there." And sure enough, I changed it, and it ended up going to Wisconsin, so it didn't cost.
Oh, so that's close to you.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
But so that's why I usually, if it's T-shirts or whatever.
You can sell crossbows on eBay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I don't have any
airsoft guns. Can you sell airsoft?
You can sell paintball markers.
Paintball?
So I'm assuming you can do the airsoft because I sold a lot of paintball guns on eBay a long time ago when I had a paintball business. So when I got out of it, I just was like, here's used ones. People were paying crazy money for used ones that they could have almost a few more dollars and they could have gotten a brand new one. It was just, I don't get what people were thinking about that, but
I mean, that's the case 99% of eBay. It's like, why do you want this and why do you want to pay so much for it? I mean, I'm not going to ask questions. That's cool. You want to pay for it. But I don't understand that.
And Nicole even said, she's like, are you going to ask her why you want this thing? And I'm like, heck yeah, I'm going to ask why. Why would you want a giant Pillsbury Doughboy head? And she's just like, you responded. She's like, I like the little guy.
Well, I'll tell you, you got more where that came from.
She's got a collection of him.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Let's say, tell her you got more where that came from because you know all that stuff,
Oh, yeah. Do you know for sure if she has like a collection or is she just randomly likes?
I don't know. I should maybe have her.
Did you try Googling her name? Maybe she's like a big Pillsbury.
I don't know. No, I didn't.
Could be.
I should try that.
Like person.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The heiress to the Pillsbury fortune.
Right. Yeah.
And you said there was no solds on that thing ever, right? Like that.
There was one that somehow popped up on Etsy like in 2016 and it didn't have a price on it.
Yeah, because they won't show you that far back.
Yeah, 8 years ago.
You have an UAC, one of a kind.
Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, it's kind of sad to see him go because it's like, I'll never see that thing again.
You should have took pictures with it before you got rid of it or like sold it. Like posed with it.
Like
and stuff
sexy
like that.
pictures. Yeah. Like in your Speedos.
I mean, he was in a commercial with me, so there you go.
Like sat next to it, like jail poses and stuff like that.
Yeah, like gang poses.
Yeah.
Well,
opportunity missed.
Yeah, well, you could have texted me that yesterday or on Sunday. Give me those ideas, but you didn't.
Well, we didn't know it was going to.
I'm just thinking about it right now. I wasn't thinking about it.
We didn't know it was going to sell, Joe.
I didn't either. I mean, I knew it would. Somebody, I paid $7 for the thing. Somebody would have got me $150. I would have been like, okay, I'm turning $7 into whatever. So
yeah.
That's funny though. We
Yeah.
just talked about it last week, and then
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And now,
I
now it
wonder.
sells.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if she listened to the last episode, but it's not.
Isn't
At the
even
recording of this, it hasn't been out. So
right.
Not yet. Not yet.
yeah. So
Yeah, so I ended up getting my $2.99 that I was asking, unless FedEx
Yeah.
hits me with a bunch of.
I don't think they will. I really don't think they will. Because
No.
like with me, when I do stuff like that, I always like remeasure it after it's all packed up and stuff, and then just so like I can avoid that.
Well, and I
You know.
I added it was 28 by 18 by 18, and I went 28
Yeah.
by 1919,
Oh,
just in case they wanted
yeah,
to,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
So do
Yeah.
you think they're sitting there like measuring this box, or do you think their technology is so good that they know exactly how? I always wonder that when things are getting like shipped through the post, because this is the
Well-
reason why I always wonder that, because from a person that's constantly selling stuff on Whatnot,
Mhm.
sometimes like after I'm packaging the multiple items in one box, and I'm like, man, this has gotta like it's gotta be way the amount. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The cost of this item to get shipped has to be way more than what the person paid for it. Even though I'm properly putting the weight on there, but I'm like, it cannot only cost this much through Whatnot. So I don't know if USPS's technology just isn't like up to par, or I don't know what the deal is. But do you think that someone at FedEx is, measuring out each one of those boxes, or I don't know how that
They
works?
just have like a line of people with tape measures, like with a
Yeah.
conveyor belt, measuring every package. I don't know because like say today I have a package out going to Walmart, and they only use FedEx, and that box was almost 16 pounds, and it was like I don't know 15 by 11 by 9, and they got like ridiculous rates. Like that box only cost me like $7.50 to ship for almost 16-pound box.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So I think I don't know. They're just working together because like I know Amazon does that too. Like you send stuff to Amazon, it's like really cheap. So
That's got to be it. Because I remember one time I sold this. It was like a heated chair massager thing you put on your your office chair, and the box was like probably like 3 foot long, like 3 foot wide. It was probably like 3 foot by like 1 foot. Just the box that the thing came in, right?
Right.
And so I put in the weight, before the item sold, and the item sold, and I think shipping was only like $10, and I'm like, I have no idea how this even works.
I don't know how they calculate this stuff sometimes. Like I don't know. For it to be that cheap, or that doesn't make sense. I don't know.
So I was talking to my post office guy, and he was saying they've been catching.
What's his name?
People. His name is oh my gosh, now you're just throwing me. I was gonna say Larry, but it's not Larry. It's oh wow. All right. Anyways, I'll remember.
He's like, watch this, but you really don't know my name, dude.
Yeah,
you see me every day.
Come on, we gotta give up. We gotta give props to the post office.
He ain't watching this.
Oh, you gotta tell him.
Not yet. Now I'll tell him. Hey, I can't remember your damn name. I don't. So he was saying they've been catching a lot of people, big boxes, and they print a media mail thing on it.
Oh, well, that's obvious because it doesn't have an X on the.
Well, right, or they'll just go and pick the USPS ground when the thing should have gone priority based on I don't even know.
Yeah.
But he says they scan and weigh things, and if things are the weight, like they'll put 1 pound when it weighs 10. And then they'll send it to that house, and then the person's like, all right, you need to pay that if you want the box.
Yeah.
So
I can't believe people still do that. Like try to put things under media mail when it's clearly not, or like I don't know.
They probably don't know. Like
exactly. I mean, that's just it.
Because I mean, for a person, especially a person listening to this that's thinking about getting into reselling, I think the number one hurdle why people don't do it more is shipping. I think shipping for people is the most intimidating thing ever, especially if you don't know, because you think, man, this is going to be a lot of work. I don't know how to, tape. Some people don't even know how to read a tape measure. You think they're gonna
Right,
like
yeah.
ship things out on their own?
Right.
Yeah. So I think shipping can be super intimidating, but don't let it be if you're listening to this. It's not that hard. Just weigh the item and measure the box, and most of the time, get the free USPS boxes, and you're good to go.
Yeah. You can get free boxes from FedEx or UPS too. So
Yeah.
but I remember when I first got into it and I was like, this is back when they had like regional A and B boxes and stuff like that. And I
Yeah.
was like,
So confusing.
what's the difference? Like, how do I know where I
Yeah.
can send this or where I can't send it? And I don't know. It was a mess for a while. I was like looking it up and everything. I was like, I don't understand this. So I
Yeah.
get that, but they don't have those
What-
boxes anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's dumb. Because people probably didn't even know how to like. What's the difference? They probably
Yeah.
just thought it was A box and B box.
Yeah.
I know, and whatnot. You can't use like the large flat rate priority box
hmm
unless you charge that price. But you can use the number 7 box, which is like just a little bit smaller than the large
Yeah.
flat rate priority box.
Doesn't it just say like large priority
It just
box
says
on it?
exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of large flat rate, which, dude, those things have been. I mean, that's the number 1 box I use.
Is it?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that in the shoe box.
Yeah, the shoe boxes are
Yeah.
clutch.
Yeah, because then I can manipulate the shoe box, put it together, or things that are like longer. Put 2 shoe boxes together and wrap them up. Have you ever done that, like Frankenbox USPS
Oh
priority
man,
box?
so many times. You know what I used to do with like 1092s and 1095s? You can bend them like once in each corner, and then it'll reshape the whole box. Like say
You
the
need to
box is
show me how to do it. I know how to
Yeah.
do most, like some of them, but not to a point to where.
so like the
You know,
box
like
is,
some
is long
people
and
can-
skinny.
Yeah, you can make them like square.
Yeah, you can make a square. Yeah, and it's kind of tough to close, but like it works. You just got to tape
Yeah.
it all up.
That's what I do with the Guitar Hero guitars.
Okay.
So I'll take
yeah.
the bigger one,
hmm
and then slide the guitar, wrap up the one part of the Guitar Hero guitar, take the neck off, put it down in there with it, and then take the smaller one.
Yeah.
It just slides right into the other one, and you just tape around it.
Right.
It's just a little bit. You just need like this much more,
hmm
and so you just
Maybe-
slide it in, and it's perfect.
The ones that are pain is the guitars that where you can't take the neck off. Then you gotta
The rock
Oh.
band ones, man.
the Rock Band ones, and then
Yeah.
the PS2 guitars, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta slide the the guitar in the smaller part, and then the bigger part,
Mhm.
and then. But now they changed the rates, so like the box is long. It's gonna cost
It's
a
gonna
bunch
cost.
to send priority. So
Yeah, exactly. I think I sell Guitar Hero guitars like crazy on Whatnot because of that reason, because of the shipping rates on Whatnot are weird. So I can send out a big freaking box and it won't charge me like that crazy amount.
yeah,
So those fly off the shelves when I have those Guitar Hero guitars.
But somebody's got to pay that extra rate, though, right?
What I'm sure Whatnot
Whatnot
is.
probably does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Because dude, Whatnot when it first started, free shipping.
Right.
Oh wow.
Like, what? Could you imagine that time? Man, I
Right.
wish I would have got in during that time. Free shipping on all the
Yeah.
items? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So how does it work now? Like somebody has to buy like a certain amount to get free shipping, or like because I don't know how that works. I've never
It
done
has
this.
to do with the weights. So,
Okay.
like the way the Whatnot, and Joe, you know this, if you list something, Whatnot breaks up the weight into different, I call them like subcategories. Like it's like one, I think it's like 0 to 1 ounce, 1 to 3 ounces, and 4 to 7, and then it just goes down to like 1 to 2 pounds, 3 to 5 pounds, or whatever. So like as long as it stays within that sub thing,
Yeah.
it's like free shipping because you can't charge any more shipping. And then
Okay.
once you go over that amount, it goes into the next.
Okay.
category. You know what
okay.
I mean? So like if you buy something that's like a pound, but you buy 3 more things that don't go up to 3 pounds, it still is free because it's still in that weight classification.
Okay. And you don't have to pay that, right? Or does Whatnot pay that?
No, the buyer pays it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Unless you do free shipping or what do they do, Joe? Like max shipping. You can set max shipping on something, so the buyer can only pay up to a certain point, and then
Right.
everything after that you're responsible for it, and it just
Okay.
deducts it from your earnings when you go and
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about that because I've never done a show, so
yeah, you need to, man.
I don't really have the stuff to do it, man. Like enough, like
Yeah,
a lot of stuff to do it. Like
Mhm.
we had Amazon stores like you guys or like you have, Ray, but they all go under in like 6 months here. Like
So I don't know. Did I bring this up last time? We opened up there was somebody opened up a new Amazon store near me.
I don't think so.
I know you and I have
Remember?
talked about it.
Yeah, so they opened up a new Amazon liquidation store. This one's called Black Friday Deals. They have like 42 other stores all throughout the country, right? So the grand opening was 3 weeks ago, and I luckily got to go in before everybody else and just kind of film footage and stuff
Hmm.
because
You're,
He's
Brennan,
right.
it's your boy,
Yeah.
yeah, you're
it's your
Ray.
boy.
You're Ray.
He's a Nashville
So
flipper.
yeah,
Yes.
so my sister was there with me, and when we were done filming and we talked to like one of the owners or whatever, and they got to explain how it works or whatever. So this particular bin store, what they do is that everyone lines up before the doors are open, and then everybody goes in at the same time. But instead of digging in automatically, you get to post up, find a spot that you want, post up, and then once everyone's in the doors, they'll hit a siren and then they can start digging, right?
Okay.
So I kind of don't like that.
Yeah, it sounds like a
But
mess.
it's a mess because they open up at 9 and it takes like 20 minutes for everybody to get inside.
Right.
Dude, I could be in and out in 20 minutes.
Hmm.
Oh,
I hear that.
but anyways, so we got to film and then everyone's outside and there's probably like no less than 400 people waiting outside,
Wow.
right? So we're fixing to go outside and wait in line, and they're like, "Oh no, y'all can stay here, find a good spot you want or whatever." And I'm like, "Dope." So
Hmm.
I'm roaming around trying to find the most expensive item that I can find, right? So I found this like dog training collar that was like $200 to $300. Right next to it was like a PS5 controller, and then
Oh, wow.
right next to that was these hearing aids,
Okay.
right? And so I'm like, okay, if I don't go anywhere else, at least I have these three items that it's easily $400 to $500
Hmm.
that I'm only paying $7 for. So I'm sitting there, I'm posted up, and then finally everybody comes into the store. And it's madness to a point to where they can only have so many people in the store, and so everybody else has to wait outside. Once the person leaves, then a person can come inside, right?
Hmm.
They hit the siren, it's chaos. And the weird thing about this is that they have shopping carts, which is a terrible idea to have shopping carts in an
Yeah.
Amazon bin store because everyone's in their way, you can't get in or whatever. So the siren goes, I get my three items, and then I'm still trying to dig. But dude, I'm so anxious at this point, and it's
Right.
so hot, and I'm just like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
And I was maybe from the time the siren sounded to me walking out the door, 10 minutes. Because I'm
Wow.
like, I'm done. I'm
Right.
done. Like this is like there's so many people in here, and I got some good stuff. But and then I went back last week. Same thing. I got there like 30 minutes before the doors open. I got another PS5 controller and some other stuff, right? Which
Yeah.
videos I'm dropping the videos here soon. But dude, I had to throw away like 3 items because there was either missing parts or the items were
Oh
broken.
yeah.
And the thing about this store is they won't let you open up any of the boxes. You have to wait in like this open up box line and let them do it.
Yeah.
And dude, it takes forever because it's
Yeah.
only one opening up station, and everyone's checking everything that they buy, so it's not worth doing. But I think that this store, out of all of them that I've been to, have the items are the worst there. Like I bought 9 items last week. 3 of them I had to throw away. So a third of the items that I bought were garbage, and that's really high. That's really
it's-
high for a store like this.
Yeah. You can't even sell that stuff like for parts? Like, there's no way you can sell it for parts, or
One of them was a bird feeder.
oh yeah, you can't sell it.
So after opening up was garbage. One of them was a Norelco men's shaver.
Okay.
So after further inspection, I figured out that it was used. So that's garbage. Can't sell that. The only thing that I could possibly sell was I bought a Stanley cup that had been used because there's like water droplets like in the cup.
Yeah.
And so I guess I could either keep it for myself, wash it, and then still sell it. But and on top of that, the PS4 controllers were used when I opened up the box. One of them was on the box was a blue PS4 controller. I opened up the box when I got home. It's a white PS4 controller or PS5 controller.
Somebody did the switcheroo.
Someone did the old switcheroo. So I had to make sure. Luckily, I do have a PS5, so I hooked them. Plugged in the controller, make sure it all worked. There's some little cosmetic, wear here and there, but nothing too crazy. And I think they're still going to sell. I'm going to post them on my Whatnot this week because last week's Whatnot was terrible. But yeah, you gotta watch out for these places, man. Because I think these guys seem a little shady, anyways.
Okay.
They're a little like. I'm not saying that all foreign people, like don't get me wrong. I'm a foreigner myself, but some people you got to be a little. And on top of that, I got pissed. Because the first time that I went, everything's $7 there. And then the second time that I went, they said that they're going to start charging a 3% processing fee on a credit card or debit card.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, what the hell? And I go up to the guy that's like managing the place and I was like, hey, you didn't charge me this 3% processing fee last time. Why are you charging it now? They're like, oh no, we did last week. And I'm like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
I can bring the receipts if you want me to, because I got my company credit card that I buy everything from, that I make money off of. So it's all nice and neat. So that credit card that I use, now I got to charge an extra 3% whenever I go to the store, which is crap. And the guy was like, well, next time just pay cash. It's not that easy because I'm not trying to buy stuff for myself. I'm like reselling it. And I'm like, well, I think next time I go, I think I'm going to bring my tax deduction form. So maybe they won't charge the 3% and the non-taxable thing. But I got pissed.
Yeah,
I think they're just trying to
get some more out of you.
Get more out of us and not pay the IRS. Hide the money.
Yeah,
cash, hide the money.
It's like, and I tell people this too. Like, I don't even carry cash anymore. Like, I only get cash out for like a couple occasions, but otherwise, I just use my card for everything. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I know.
I always have $100 on me just in case.
Right.
Like, if the world blows up, I can go up, I can get home if I needed to, or do something, get a day's worth of food, or I don't know.
The world blows up, like cash ain't gonna matter anymore. So.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's a free for all.
Yeah.
True.
I have so much cash on me all the time because I deliver pizzas and I get
true.
Well, let me get some of it then. If you got some on.
Yeah, let me hold some.
Well, give me your card. We'll exchange.
I'll give you one of my old cards. You can have one of my old cards.
Oh, okay.
Great. No, but I was gonna say, you were talking about the Norelco shavers. Man, I sell a bunch of those on eBay all the time.
Yeah,
even used.
Great.
So like, I'm saying if you got it, the one you got, it was used. You could always throw it on eBay and somebody will buy it, man.
I just can't, dude. Something about you don't know where. There has to be something.
I've done it, man. I've done it plenty of times, man.
Dude, but listen, okay, this is my thought process on that, right? So the person that is so weird to a point to where they have a shaver they've been using, God knows what they're using it on, buy a new shaver just to exchange it. That person isn't the best kind of person.
Yeah.
So they're probably like trimming up all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
and they're probably using it on their face and using it on their balls at the same time.
At the same time. Yeah.
You know what I
Ooh,
mean?
that's
So-
talent right
That's
there.
talent. That's
you, know,
talent.
well, you know what I mean? So it's so I don't trust, like, I don't know, man, like something, then having to sell it, and I don't know. I'd rather not do that because I don't the implications. What if they get some sort of like
I mean, well,
disease
I
and
clean them
responsible?
out first. I clean them out. Like I pulled.
See, I don't even want to do that, Brennan. I don't want to clean out.
I just
Yeah.
rinse them out. Like I
Nobody's
just rinse
feelings.
it. I just rinse it out. Like I just rinse it out, and then put it on eBay. And mind you, I pull these out from the bins. So you know,
Do you
the bins is
personally
already
test it,
dirty.
Brendan?
snap.
What's that?
Do you personally test it too, just to make sure it works?
I turn it on, but I don't put it. I'm not gonna put it on my skin.
Come on.
Make sure it
That's
doesn't
not gonna-
jam up.
yeah,
See?
not gonna-
And
that's
you're
not
over
gonna
here
happen.
selling it to the people.
I'm saying I rinse it
Huh?
out, blow it out, put it for sale. Dude, I've sold probably.
If you
man,
can't use it, you can't let. You
I've sold at
can't
least
let
like
another
30 of those
person use it.
things. I sold like 30 of those things at least. No problems. Some with no power
Dang.
cord, all that stuff, man.
So they sell pretty good. You get them from the
Oh, yeah.
bins.
Yeah. I haven't had one in a while, but yeah, they've sold pretty well.
The
'Cause
worst
those
part
things-
is the ones the Noelcos with the 3 wheels
Yeah.
or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And you click on the little thing and it opens up to
Mhm.
to
Oh,
where
dude,
it
it's
traps all
so
the hair.
bad.
And dude,
It's so
you
bad
open
in
it up
there.
and it's just like hair. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had that. I've had some gnarly ones, man. But it's like I said, I just rinse it out. I can dry it, and I've never had a problem. Never had a problem with it. So,
Well, that's good.
but it's been a while since I found one. But you be
Okay.
like I said, I mean, like people buy anything. You guys know this on eBay, anything, man. So
Well, I guess
Does
if
Barry
the
Doughboy
price
have
is
any?
right.
Yeah.
right.
exactly,
that's true.
exactly.
But needless to say, if this continues to occur to where I have to throw away a third of the items that I purchase, I'm probably not going to go back to
Right,
this place.
right. I wouldn't either.
I even posted on there. They had like the little like preview thing on their Facebook, and I commented like, and it was sponsored, so you know like a lot of people were gonna see it.
Yeah.
I put, don't waste your time on this place. It's like half of the stuff is junk that I
Mhm.
had to throw away, and then the post got deleted.
Yeah, they're probably going, wow, that Ray guy was really nice the first time we met him. Now,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
They're like, man, maybe we shouldn't have charged him that
that
credit
guy
card
was a
fee.
jerk.
yeah, right.
Exactly. and then I put that on there, and I go, and they charge you 3% processing.
Oh man,
Dude,
Joe,
I get
you
salty. I get salty with stuff like that because I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
how are you gonna Yeah, like, come on, like,
Yeah.
do like every other business in the world and just pay it.
right?
That's just it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. They're not gonna be consistent, man, and they're serving up garbage and all that. I probably should.
Exactly. If they were,
Going
if it
back.
was good stuff, Brendan,
Yeah.
I think I would have let it slide.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 But then it's like, okay, you're giving me this junk,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're gonna have the audacity, Joe, to charge me an extra 3%
Audacity.
processing fee.
How dare
Unheard
you.
of. Unheard of.
Especially to Ray. He's a
Yeah.
nice-
Exactly, man.
Come on.
Come on.
There's
I
royalty
did
in
a
this city.
video for you guys.
Royalty.
And then the video that I recorded after that, I gave my true, honest opinion because that's when, that's what we do here. And so it could sway, some people can. I'm even going to title it, Is Black Friday Worth Shopping or
Right.
something?
Yeah.
The truth about Black Friday.
Mm-hmm. Do it. When's that coming out?
Oh, I'll be down the road. I got a lot of things I gotta.
That store will be
I'm working
closed by
on
the time you
the video.
release
Yeah, the video that's coming out now is whatnot questions and answered. I told you that I had that one video have like over 100 comments asking
Whoa.
about whatnot related
Right.
questions.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do a video series about answering like 5 at a time.
There you
So,
go.
Are you
first one will
gonna
be coming out today?
Are you gonna repost that one that you had with the cards, like the Pokemon cards? Because
No.
remember you said you were gonna put add a commentary onto it or something like that. Like that.
Okay,
you sold it.
so funny. This is a funny story. Okay, so the guy contacted me and he was upset, and we kind of
Yeah.
hashed it out, and we're good now.
Yeah.
But I knew that like in my soul, I'm like, I don't know if this is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So It wasn't. Because
he
I didn't
lowballed you.
want, dude. I don't want no beef from nobody. I'm not trying to like harm anybody's business except maybe Black Friday's deals. But,
Yeah.
but, but I'm just saying. And you know what's funny? And I'm not saying that we're like big influencers or people that can really influence the way, but sometimes you can. And I don't want people to be worried on their business just because I put on. I don't know, man. It's like a fine line because you don't ever know what's going to go viral, and you don't ever know
Yeah.
people's opinions and the way that they take it. Because I didn't like. We watched it last week,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And for the people that are listening to it, come over to YouTube and watch it with us from last week's episode. I didn't think it was very like.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You know what I mean?
He's
But
the one that put
still-
himself in the bad light.
Exactly, but
You know?
still, I didn't feel right about it, and the comments, people went in on him, so I'm like, I don't think this is a good idea. Let's take it down.
Right. Okay. So he
He
was
found
cool.
me.
So you guys are cool now?
We're cool now. I got his phone number and everything,
Okay.
so we're cool.
Okay. All right.
So
Well, it happens like that sometimes.
yeah,
You know?
you got to be careful, man. Sometimes sometimes you have that little voice tell you something, and they're absolutely right. I'm like, dang, I should have listened.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's the one that's got to go viral.
Exactly. And I knew, and it had a potential. I knew it had potential to go viral because I can kind of like can gauge it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, just from doing stuff like this before, and I'm like, I don't know if I should do this. So I don't know if I'll be making any more Pokemon related content for a while, at least on the
Man.
full form. Yeah. Let the
Short-lived.
Let the dust settle a little bit. But I got another Pokemon question related subject. Brendan, if you have anything to bring into this conversation, I know Joe talked about his biscuits.
I got one little thing about the
Yeah.
postage thing. I remember the postmaster guy's name. His name is Dennis.
Dennis the Man.
Dennis, right? Yes. But I go in and I see people with huge boxes, and they're gonna have the post office ship this, and I just want to be like, okay, for a fee, come to my house. I'll ship it to you for probably a third of the price that this post office is going to charge
for
you.
sure.
Because
Yeah.
I hear people saying like, it's going to cost me $75, and it's like,
Mhm.
okay, if you go to Pirate Ship,
Yeah.
or, it's
But
not.
even then, Joe, some of these people, like again, the shipping thing, right? Some of these people don't know how shipping works, and they're
right.
completely oblivious and idiots and how they want to like
Yeah.
send a gallon of milk to their kid overseas overnight, and they're charging them like $100. Why is it so much? You're trying to send a gallon of milk
Yeah.
to Afghanistan overnight. Of course, it's going to cost $100.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You know?
And you got to think, man, like a lot of people don't know, like you said, don't know how to use like Pirate Ship or like scale down a box, like,
Yeah.
yeah, say the box is this big and then to make it this big with a reshaper or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know how to do that.
Do you use a reshaper?
I do.
Really?
Yeah. I
I need to
do.
get one. I usually just, kind of gauge it and
Just kind of just lightly cut.
Yeah.
That's what I do too. I don't have a reshaper. Let's not cut all the way through and just enough to.
Exactly, and just
Fold?
kind of like do that.
Yep.
I do because the one I have, there's like a wheel on the end. So it like,
Did you get that from Shed Flips or what?
yeah, that was like
Yeah.
2 years ago.
I kept debating, and then I don't even know if they have any more again. But
I don't
No.
know. I wouldn't know.
Was it their branded ones?
Yeah, he's got his logo
got
on.
some and then put stickers on.
We
them
should
and
we
stuff.
should do some for us. Oh,
I'm down.
hey,
I'm down.
okay. Let me talk amongst yourselves while I'll bring this up real quick.
Okay.
All right.
But no, I bought that like 2 years ago, and then the first one I got, it busted, and I was like, I just told him I like, I don't remember how I got hold of him. I was like, yeah, man, this broke. I was like, can I send it back or like and get another one or whatever? And he just sent me another one for free, which was cool. Like he didn't have to do
Oh,
that,
nice.
Nice.
But yeah, I use that thing all the time.
I just found. Well, I saw Ray from Good Games Grab. He likes to have an electric cardboard cutter.
Okay.
And I
Whoa.
was like, ooh, that looks fun. Because I have sliced my hand frankenboxing things, and also, goes right past, and it's like, oh, great. Now I'm bleeding like crazy. And I found one at a garage sale, and I'm like, oh, for $1, I'll give this a try and see if it works. Fortunately, I haven't had to frankenbox a whole lot of stuff, but
Right.
a little bit that I tried, I'm like, okay, this is nice.
So last week we were talking about custom trading cards.
Oh yeah.
I found a lady on X that makes custom Pokemon cards.
Oh,
You guys need that.
Yeah. So I already hit her up. We're getting some Nashville Flipper ones made. But you can tell her what you want on it. And, I mean, look at this.
So you're
They
gonna.
get them printed. She does the art.
sure.
So
And
what do
then
you do with
just
those? When you.
I'm going to use them as kind of like my business card.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So this will have, you know, let me go back to.
Do you
So
think?
you see the back? We'll
Oh,
have
sure.
our QR code.
Oh,
It'll
yeah,
say the
yeah.
Nashville Flippers on it. And then what I told her is that it'll be me and Dustin with the Charizard and a Squirtle, and in the back it'll have the Nashville skyline. And then it'll have trainer. It'll say Nashville Flippers, and the ability will be like resale, buy low, sell high, or something like that. So,
How many did you get?
well, she just makes the art.
Oh,
So
okay.
once
Okay.
she's finished with the art, I gotta go find somewhere to get them printed and
Okay.
go from there. See how cool is
Okay.
that?
Right.
Very cool. Very cool. Very
Wow.
cool.
So I think it'll be something really cool. But we were talking about custom
Yeah,
trading
reselling cards from
Yeah.
trading cards. We get
So we'll see how it goes, and if it goes well, maybe we can do one of us.
I'm down. Just say, Joe, you need one of yourself too.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, just mix that in with Nicole's little stuff of Pokemon cards. Don't even tell her until one day she just looks and like, what is
It's
this?
like, wait, what
It's
is this?
exclusive. It's one of
It's
one.
me. One of
Mhm.
one. But you got anything, Brennan, in your week of reselling?
My Etsy's been picking up more than
Oh yeah, the
eBay.
Etsy man.
Yeah, and it's been doing pretty good. eBay is so, but Etsy, man, it's like I get a lot of people that buy international on Etsy, so it's like once I sell it, I'm definitely never gonna see it again. And that's fine with me. But
Right.
I've been trying to tell Joe, like I said last week, man, Etsy is where it's at. That's where it's at.
And that was the whole reason was because I had the Pillsbury Doughboy head. I was gonna,
Mhm.
get him on Etsy, and well, no, I mean I got plenty
Yeah.
of other vintage things, but I was just looking to send offers, and I found a T-shirt that I have, and somebody's watching this T-shirt, and somehow I typed in 2 or 3 more extra zeros, and I was selling this shirt for $29,000.
Watch somebody buy
on
it.
on Etsy.
No, just on eBay. So I was going to send him an offer, and also I'm like, wait, 29,000? Because I was looking at the 20% off I was sending to this watcher, and I'm like, 23,000, what? And then I was like, whoa, all right, how did I end up with a few extra
Joe's like, I'll take 28,000 on
Yeah, right.
it.
I should have left and just sent him the $23,000 offer.
For real.
I wanna-
What kind of shirt was it?
Just a single stitch, like it was some kind of a high school or a college, and it had logo on it, and it was like strength and fitness coach or something on there.
Okay.
I
You were
grabbed
gonna buy it
it.
for yourself?
No, I bought it at a garage sale, and then
gotcha.
I have it on eBay right now. So
Did you guys see they remade those screen stars tags? Like they're like the old shirts with the screen stars?
Yeah.
Really?
There's somebody it's Spencer's or like Hot Topic is making the shirts that say the screen stars on it, but there's it says like made in wherever it's made. There's a little difference, but it looks just like the old school tag.
Oh, great.
Huh.
So
That's not good.
be aware, look out for that. I just saw that like a few days ago, something like that.
Now if they make it as a single stitch on the shirts too, then that'll really throw people off.
They better not.
Yeah.
They better not. Do you guys even sell? I don't even like. You guys sell a lot of vintage or not really?
Yeah, I do.
You?
I don't at all.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, do you only do whatnot at this point, or are you still on eBay?
No, I got my strategy is anything over $100 is going on eBay.
Okay, yeah.
So anything that I can get below that I can flip on whatnot.
Right.
It's just kind of liquidating my eBay store to a point to where it's nothing but $100 items.
Right.
At least I know that every time I get a sale, it's $100, $100,
Yeah.
or more.
Sure.
knowing that I can move everything that's like low end on Whatnot, even though if it's good stuff, like for example, those PS5 controllers, I know I can sell them on eBay, but I can sell them the same day on Whatnot, and then possibly get at eBay value or more, and then really not having to worry about it coming back.
Right.
Or something's wrong with it, or I don't know, right? And then on the flip side, pun intended, that people see that I'm bringing in good stuff, and then there'll be more, coming back. So I think I'm gonna start putting 2 to 3 really good items on my Whatnot streams, and then everything like mediocre stuff, just so I can get people to come back. So I have like I think I have a Ninja blender that I got on a pallet that's sitting in my garage that I'll put on next week's, and so on and so forth. Which okay, so funny story. So Dustin, Dustin's a project manager for a building company, right?
Okay.
So he finds these like, when they're throwing stuff away, he usually finds stuff in the dumpster. This time he found like this tower Lenovo CPU computer with the cords, and he hooked it up, make sure it worked, but he doesn't necessarily know what all the components are inside of the computer, like if it's like a terabyte or what kind of graphics card it has or whatever, because we're not computer people like that. So I'm like, he's like, oh, I found it in the dumpster, I'm gonna try to sell it on Whatnot. So we've ran this thing twice on Whatnot for the past 2 weeks, like in our shows. We started it at $50. It's down to $15 because nobody wants it. And I told Dustin, I go, dude, just throw that away. Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
He's like, no, man, that's money I found. I'm like, dude, you don't understand what computers look like nowadays. They're literally like a box.
Right.
Like this big that people attach to the back of their monitors.
Yeah.
It's not this huge Lenovo CPU from like 2006, that you don't know what's in it. So it's down to $15. So if anybody's looking for a computer, come over. And then it weighs like 10 pounds. So the shipping on there is like stupid.
Yeah.
You could always, break it apart and take all the gold or silver
parts, or I don't know, but I
melt
don't know
all the little
I
metal
don't
in
know how to do any of that.
Right.
Project for you, Ray.
Did you comp it on eBay at all? I mean, sometimes
I think he did, but he's like, well, I'll try to sell it on eBay. And I'm like, you're just gonna have a tower. Which right person is gonna come along to get this
giant tower
20-year-old computer?
I mean, the only thing I would say too is like, if you put it on Marketplace, like $20.
That's what I told him. I go, just put it on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe somebody will buy it on there.
Right.
Or sell it next time you have a garage sale. Put it on the garage sale and sell it on there. But I mean, on Whatnot, it's not a good item.
And how long have you been sitting on this?
What's that?
How long have you been sitting on it now?
2 weeks now. This will be the 3rd week. We'll try to run it. And Dustin buys the weirdest stuff to sell on Whatnot. And I'm like, dude, this is not going to sell. This is not going to sell. Like, we have this a touchscreen replacement radio for a Mustang from years 2009 to 2014. That it's a touchscreen with like navigation, which sells for really good money on eBay. That he had on his eBay store.
Yeah.
But he couldn't move it, so he's like, I'm going to try to throw it on Whatnot to see if it'll move. The right person that has a 2009 to 2014 Mustang is not going to come along our Whatnot stream and try to sell it. It's expensive, but
I just put it back on eBay at that point.
Right.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. So,
I mean, we all buy weird stuff at one time or another.
Dude.
Though.
Yeah, but I'm starting to like just kind of like range, just kind of like starting to figure out what people like, and people are weird, man. People are weird.
I mean, look, like, Joe bought a Pillsbury Doughboy and sold for $200.
That's true.
I
mean, I would have bought it for if I had the money. $200.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I saw my coworker just got back from the beach, and she had a little straw topper on her Stanley Cup straw. Then they make these little straw topper things, Joe. So they're like little characters. Hers was like a little flower.
Oh, it was a
right?
character too. Okay.
Yeah, like on the straw, right? So like nothing gets in the straw because he was on the beach, so there was no sand or anything. And I'm like, I bet if I buy these, they're gonna sell really good on Whatnot, right? Like if I run them. And so I did a quick Amazon search, and there's some that are like Disney ones, but not really Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So I ordered some, and hopefully they get here by either Friday or Saturday. And I think they're gonna sell well. And I got like 10 of them for like $6, and that's from Amazon. So if I go to like Temu or Alibaba or
Right,
I
give
can
them
get
cheaper
a lot
than
more.
that.
But I think things like that sell good on Whatnot.
Well, you guys been doing a lot of the video games and like stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
we did that big video game haul, and I got more video games and stuff like that. But yeah, you just never know what things are gonna sell for.
Yeah.
So
that's like.
But
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say
you're
that's on Etsy, man. I just be selling the weirdest stuff. I don't know why, but and the thing with Etsy, man, is like you can put offers on, but I like everybody, like I'd say 99% of the people on my Etsy buy like full price. Like, don't send offers, just buy it outright.
That makes sense.
But I mean, you can send offers on there, they just don't, and that's fine with me. Give me more money. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no.
Right.
So, I don't know.
So the story that I really want to bring up, and Joe already knows this story. So Brendan, you know that we were talking about last week about my love for Pokemon cards, right?
Yeah.
So leading up to last week, I purchased a Pokemon card that's the most expensive Pokemon card I've ever purchased. Okay. I spent $3,100 on this card, graded PSA 9. Okay.
Wow.
But that being said, the way that I got the money to purchase this Pokemon card was from buying, selling, trading, grading, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So like, for instance, like if I pull a card that is valuable, that it comes back at 10, it's getting graded, it's getting sold, right? At these card shows or what have you. So I buy this card off of eBay. The reason I buy this card off of eBay is because it's hard to find a PSA 9. It's hard to find a PSA 9 and not a PSA 10.
Okay.
Because I had this card in my collection already.
Is that Luigi?
It's a Luigi Pikachu.
Yeah, right. Pikachu, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had this card already in my collection, and I needed this card in my collection. Okay. And so I couldn't find it anywhere in a PSA 9 because PSA 10s are the ones that usually sell, right? But I already had the Luigi in a 9. And granted, just so you guys know that I'll pull up some of the listing prices. I mean, I got a pretty good deal. Like this one's $4,100.
Oh,
like I got a deal on it.
Right.
Like they make one that's not a full art, that's a little less. So I knew I got a deal on it, and I think, when you get deals on stuff, sometimes it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of the situation that happened, to where I don't think the guy knew exactly what the card was worth, because I did get, like, again, you saw the what the listing prices are, and I needed it in my collection, so I order it, and I'm this is the most expensive thing I've ever purchased on eBay, right? It's not the most expensive thing that I've ever purchased in my life, but cars and stuff like that. But anyways, so I get the delivery notification from eBay on a Friday. Okay. I go to check my mailbox, which is a mailbox because I live in an apartment complex. It's not there. Nothing is there. Nothing is in there. Right? I'm stressing.
Oh man.
Your boy
he was freaking out.
Stressing. Brennan.
Yeah.
I am stressing so hard because I'm like, it said it was delivered in the mailbox, but it's clearly not there. Hopefully they didn't put it in another mailbox, because the person's just gonna open it up and maybe they'll keep it after they figure out what it is, or maybe The mailman just took it because it was like from a Pokemon store, so it like said like Pokey something.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they saw it and were like, "Oh, I just came up," because whenever you get graded cards back from PSA, it doesn't say PSA. It has some weird random person's name on it, so people don't know that it's from there, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm freaking out. I messaged the guy back. I message him. I'm like, "Hey, just so you know, the tracking number said it was delivered, but it has not been delivered.
Right.
How did you ship it? Did you print off the label? Did you hand write the label? What kind of packaging did you do? Did you do signature confirmation? Did it come priority? How did you ship it?"
Right.
He's like, "I shipped it Ground Advantage in a bubble mailer, a vanilla bubble mailer, and not a big one, I wish I still kept it. It was like literally like the little ones, Brennan, like a little one, you know." And I'm like, do you have signature confirmation or anything on there? Like, no. I'm like, dude, you shipped a $3,100 card in a bubble mailer, bro? And he's like, yeah, but I wrapped extra bubble tape around it, so it should come back okay.
Should.
I'm like, you don't understand.
You gotta box that thing, man.
Right?
You can spend 50 cents on a box.
Right.
But, oh, man. So the next Saturday morning, my first order of business, go to talk to the apartment manager in the apartment complex, see maybe if they have a key to all of them, and then you can just open them up and then see if it maybe got lost in a different thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go and talk to her, and they're like, no, we don't have like a master key. We have like individual keys. So if we had to do that, I would have to open up each individual mailing box to see if it's in there. And I'm like, I'm not going to
Isn't
do
that
that.
a federal offense digging through somebody's mailbox anyways?
I think so. And she said no. She said no.
No,
so
it is.
My
Yeah,
next
it
order
is.
of business was going to the post office. So I'm at the post office. I tell the lady the situation. I'm like, this is the tracking number. I don't know if you can tell me any other information. And she's like, she looked up the tracking number. She's like, yeah, let me go talk to you. The mail carrier. So it was early in the morning, so I guess they haven't left yet. And so she talks to him. She's like, it should gotten delivered. It'll probably be there today. So I go the whatnot. You know, I have a whatnot that night.
Mm-hmm.
I do my whatnot. Trump gets shot at, so that kind of like messes me up a little bit too. And then I go straight to the mailbox after I get done with my whatnot, and surely enough, it's sitting there in that yellow bubble mailer. And I'm like, what in the world? Unbelievable.
Why would you ship it like that?
Right?
Dude, that stresses me out just thinking about it.
Dude, Brendan, I was stressing. I lost sleep over it.
Yeah, I would too, man.
Dude, luckily, you know, like I did the right, you know, because you know, being eBay and how things work, I paid with my American Express card.
Mm-hmm.
So I know if anything were to happen, I can just, you know,
Charge
fix
it
it
back,
or
whatever,
whatever,
yeah.
charge it back or whatever. So I wasn't stressing too much about it, but I'm still like, oh, you know, I didn't want it to be more of an issue.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
And so luckily enough, Mario Pikachu is in hand,
Safe.
PSA 9,
Safe. Yeah.
with his buddy Luigi, and I finally got one of my Grails, and so now I'm gonna be saving up more money to get more of a better card. Or I told you know, I mentioned this, but these are tangible investments here, Brendan.
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning of the year, these things were going for like $2,000. Now they're up to like $4,000, and they're usually up. They peak a little bit because right now it's like convention season.
Okay.
So down the road, you know, once they're usually like lows and highs in the Pokemon hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Once it hits again, that's where I'll liquidate most of my collection.
Oh, so you're not just gonna hang on to it? You're gonna?
I mean,
sell
I'm
it?
gonna hang on to it till like that peak. We've already had like 2 really big peaks within the Pokemon hobby. Last one was being during the 2020 when everything like was crazy expensive.
Shut that. Yeah.
Something like that will happen again because there is like downs and lows and highs, and when that happens, these puppies will be worth.
How much is Luigi worth?
I can't remember. I actually got
What
him
did you-
in a trade. I got him
Oh,
in a
okay.
trade. So, let's see. What is Luigi worth?
Tree fitty.
Tree fitty. Luigi, 25.
Okay.
$2,500. So
Okay. Dang.
yeah,
So how
so
many
that was
gra-
my week.
How many grails do you have left to get? That
How many
many?
Pokemon cards are there?
I mean, I
Great.
would love a first edition Charizard
Dude, I used to have one like back
and
in
an
the
8
day.
or above.
Oh man, I had so many first editions and I just like gave them away.
Yeah.
God, I didn't want to think about it, man.
There's a lot of really good cards out there, but that would be one that it's like that's the Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle,
Mhm.
that's something it's a timeless card, first edition. I would like it in an 8. Anything 8 or above, but I don't even know how much something like that costs. I've seen a couple of them flown around. I saw a couple of them flown around this weekend. Shoot, I would get a Michael Jordan rookie, a Fleer. That would be a good investment.
Right.
Something like that. Trade for something like that. So
Sounds expensive.
Yeah.
they're more
Just a little
common than
bit.
you think. They're more common than you think. I see them at every show that I go to.
Hmm.
Just like dude, Griffey Junior rookies, dude, you see them everywhere. They're a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
They printed that card to the ground. But yeah, that was my weekend of stressed out Pokemon cards.
Dude, that's awful. That's awful.
But it's here. It's here. I even got it in a. This is called a slab mag.
Mhm.
This is a UV protected, case. So your investment is.
You're not gonna put it in your safe?
It's in my safe is right here.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, man. I think I'd tuck that thing away if I was gonna sit on it.
No, this is my.
Ray
big-
just has them laying around,
Yeah, on the floor.
Yeah.
This is my big boy.
Okay.
This is my. This is my go out and about.
Your mobile safe.
My mobile safe, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah. Really mobile for everybody else to grab too.
Yeah, right.
There's a combination on it.
Come
Is
on.
it
I got an
0, 0,
air
0,
tag
0?
in- I got an air tag in there too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
That
did you
makes sense.
guys hear? Speaking of Dallas Card Show, there was
Heard
$2
about
million worth of cards stolen from the Dallas Card Show,
I did not hear that.
bro.
Well, I just don't know how they're going to. Yeah, you stole the card. Everybody's going to be looking for. I mean,
Black market. That's the
exactly
only way.
right. There's. Yeah, that's crazy, and I'm just curious how you. I mean, I know they worked as a team. How did you manage to pull that off, and nobody noticed until after you were probably out the door?
Hmm.
Oh, I mean, and the point, and they had so much crazy stuff
Show.
on their table.
Good evening. I'm Clarice
Yeah.
Tinsley. The
I'll
event
show you, this is
three,
the,
a group of individuals,
they were there,
four,
like, all day,
three of the
scouting and
suspects
looking.
were so they would
two to
distract
one.
the
You can see
workers
they're
that were at the
talking
vendor
to the
booth.
people as the guy
And then the fourth
number
suspect
3 and
moved in
4
to the vendor booth
comes
and
up,
removed a case of
takes the
cards
case.
and took the
That's
cards.
why
The
everyone
value $2 million, we think?
Yes, the value be somewhere between 1 to 5 to 2 million.
I think I'm
Card market in 2020.
The good thing about this is they're all graded cards and they all have cert numbers on it. So
Right.
you can't sell them on eBay, even if they get cracked out, and then they can try to sell them on eBay. The grading companies already have a record and pictures of those cards in their data bank to where they can pinpoint certain characteristics of that card that even if it comes through grading, they can't sell them, and they can automatically pinpoint the card.
And then there's a guy on the other side that's
So the only
distracting
way they can
the
sell
main
it is
suspect
through
that takes the cards.
black market. So they had 4 people working this table the 3 days of the show, and then at the end, they made the
He
one of the
is
guys
acting
was
as if
putting
he's
up
working
chairs
at the
the
event,
whole
so he-
time. So he was kind of like in the background, like when you're somewhere like that and there's a guy in the background and you're just don't even pay attention to him because he's just kind of doing like a mundane thing.
Yeah.
So that was him.
Stacking chairs,
And then
moving
finally, when the
tables, and when he
three
sees the
people
perfect
being talked to and
opportunity,
distracted,
everybody's distracted. He's messing with a chair. He sees the opportunity, grabs the cards, and quickly exits the building.
What offends you about this crime, Detective Cambiano?
I don't even know how
Also-
insurance and stuff for that would work, because it would be like outside of the home kind of
Yeah.
insurance.
I don't know. Like you said, that's the only way they can sell them is a black market, man. Like, what else are you gonna do with them?
Right?
I don't know.
But
That's how
They
they,
must
do
have been-
paintings.
yeah.
Imagine that sick feeling when you turn back and you realize that case is gone.
Oh man,
Oh,
sick to my stomach.
Dude, if
$2
you
million.
have, if you have that
feeling like
much
Ray
money,
on Saturday.
dude, if you have that much money, if you have that much money sitting on the table, that was just one case.
Right.
You have to have an armed guard there,
Yeah.
like that
Right.
you hire.
You have,
that you're like-
I mean, even just a guy that's, handcuffed to the thing and he
Yeah,
ain't going
or-
anywhere from that case. That case
Exactly.
goes, if
It's
he
like you,
moves, the
this is
case
you.
moves with him.
Yeah.
Or
So
just
we
be like,
usually go.
that's
When you
just
usually go to these car shows, sorry, Brandon.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead, man.
When you usually go to these car shows, the person that is doing most of the wheeling and dealing, they usually have these like the fanny, like I have one. This thing, like this right here, right? Like they just have it on them. This one's a good one because it's like got like a loop on the zipper, so you can't open it until it's like detached from there.
Mm-hmm.
So all my money is in here.
Okay.
And then most people have stuff like this on them because there's thousands of dollars on them, cash.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, you gotta have that like strapped to your body, man. Like,
Yeah, no,
when
it
you-
is.
You know,
Literally.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like on you, in front of you, so nobody can get to it but yourself. And I've seen people to where they'll have cases like that, like a safety deposit box, and it's like one person. That's all your job is to just hold on to the safety deposit box with the cash,
Mm-hmm.
and they're strapped.
Yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gotta be. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, just be like Joe. He's always strapped up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Minnesota, man. So
Dude, I can't believe that.
yeah, dude,
I don't know.
I would throw up.
Yeah.
That's just it. Now you're questioning the four guys that you work with. All right, what'd you do with that bot? Or,
Yeah.
oof.
So they didn't catch the guys yet, right?
No,
No.
they're still.
And that's
out.
the other thing. They're all on video. You can.
They're all on
almost
video,
really
and then
see what
multiple
each-
days on video, like multiple days, like them see like going past them or going to the
Mhm,
table
sure.
and talk to them and stuff like that.
They're doing a personal inventory of, okay, this is the one we got to hit.
Mhm.
Wow.
It's only a matter of time, man, before they get caught.
It just sucks because you're out those cards. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. You're probably not getting them
You're out
back.
that price of the card.
Right.
I don't know. Couldn't be me.
So. Yeah.
Could not
But-
be me, man.
All right. Anything else for the people?
I don't know, man. We covered a lot today. I'm like,
This is a good.
we covered
I
a
think
lot.
this is a good episode. Now we're getting, for episode 1 was a little, we're still trying to get how this is gonna work. I think we got our legs under us, and I think we're gonna do good.
Yeah,
Especially if
Yeah.
I'm pissed off at something.
true. You know what I was gonna ask? I don't even know what the reseller draft is that you guys do on Mondays. Like, what is that?
Wow.
I really don't. I've
You
never
missed a
watched.
good one last night.
You've never watched?
Nah.
You can always go back and watch. So we've been doing this for like 2 years, Brennan.
Okay.
So
Where's Brendan been?
I don't know.
I got
Next time you can be
I'm on
invited.
the move. I'm on the move.
So, we pick a subject,
Okay.
and then we have a group of guests, and then we all take turns picking one of within that
Just
subject.
drafting. You're just drafting.
And then you're just drafting.
Okay.
So if the draft's like, so next week it's best Adam Sandler movies.
All right,
So
I'll catch
we'll
that
random-
one. I'll catch that one for sure.
So you can go back and watch all of them, Brendan.
And
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna
know,
be
but
on Ray. It's gonna be on
Yeah,
your.
it'll be on my channel.
So
All
him
right.
and Paul.
Paul, we usually
we-
switch.
all right.
So it's me, Paul, and TJ Lovelady, but TJ was like, I don't want to do it on my channel. I'll just be the guest, or I'll just be the recurring co-host. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but and we'll just take turns, picking on that subject matter.
Okay.
5 picks, and then we'll put a vote on the community part of the YouTube page, and the people that are watching get to pick which one was the best.
Okay.
So yesterday it was
I crushed it yesterday, Brendan.
you did crush.
Did
it.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
What was
did.
the subject?
I'll bring
Right.
up the list while you tell them the subject.
What was the topic?
So it was 5 celebrities that you want to have dinner with at one table.
Okay.
And then, people are going to vote like, well, it's like if you had an open seat, it's almost like, would you go and sit with Ray's table or my table
Yeah.
or Paul? And we had Jen, Multiverse, and then we had Dan in Demand.
Okay.
So
these guys
which
have
one of these,
no
which one of
clue.
these would you pick?
Let me see.
So the column A, let me see if I can make this bigger. Column A, Adam Sandler, Ryan Reynolds, Bill Burr, Morgan Freeman, and Shaq.
Mhm.
Column B, what's
David
this guy's name,
Letterman.
Joe?
David
David
Letterman.
Letterman, Kevin Hart,
Mhm.
Donald Trump, T Swift, and Kanye. Column B, Rogan, Michael Jordan, Eddie Murphy, Adele, and Ric Flair. Column D, Jim Carrey, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know this old guy's name.
Yeah, I don't either.
Neil deGrasse Tyson and Oprah. And then column
Okay.
E, Will Ferrell,
Luke Holmes.
Luke Holmes, Jenny McCarthy,
No, that's Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy. I don't know this guy's name.
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman, and then the Jurassic Park guy.
Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy guy.
Yeah.
Pratt.
Man.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Yeah.
So then you get to vote which one of these is the best.
Okay.
So and then you come up to the this and you vote. So
Okay.
I voted for
Yeah.
I voted for C. Clearly this is mine.
Right.
Nobody else has voted for. But
I would have
which
taken
one would
D.
you-
D.
D?
Probably. Yeah.
How
What?
come?
Just because it's such a mix, and I know like the thing with C, man, is Michael Jordan's like a notorious jerk.
That's what people said.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
people were
Michael
saying
Jordan
that.
killed me, man. Michael Jordan killed me.
So yeah, I have to go with D.
Because you
Wait.
like Jim Carrey?
'Cause I like Jim Carrey, Ric Flair.
No, wait.
Eddie
Ric
Murphy.
No,
Flair's-
you're going down. You're going down. Like
Yeah.
column.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, don't you choose like A, B, C, D, or E?
Right. So if you pick D, you got Jim Carrey, Arnold Schwarzenegger, whoever that gray-haired guy is,
Yeah.
the
and
science
then Neil
dude, and
deGrasse
Oprah.
Tyson and Oprah.
You want to sit at that table?
Yeah, I'd probably go with D. Yeah.
Brendan,
Oh.
Yeah.
look at B. Look at the entertainment you're going to have at B. Kanye and T Swift and Trump. I mean, right there, I'm charging tickets for people. standing around.
That's clearly Joe's picks.
People want to be the waiter, they said in the comments, to help out with that.
Oh
table.
yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Kevin Hart, he would be, cracking
like-
jokes at
I
everybody.
don't like Kevin
and-
Hart though.
Well,
I don't
know
like
what?
Kevin Hart either.
Yeah, I don't like Kevin Hart. I'm stick with
I
D.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Brandon, that's how we do it. So
Okay.
I can't remember what we picked last week, but
Last
Next
week
week-
was favorite sauces.
favorite sauces,
That was a
Man.
good one.
real controversial
Yep.
draft.
Is guacamole a sauce?
No, I don't think so.
That's what I said.
No.
Right. Exactly. It's not. It's a dip.
Yeah. Who says a sauce?
Dan,
Who says- That's not a
Who
sauce.
did?
is salsa a sauce?
No.
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 That's what
No.
Dan got to pick salsa. Oh, and
That's
then
right.
if we don't agree with the pick, like if it falls under like a weird like guacamole or salsa, we could throw a flag, and then Ken comes in
Oh yeah,
and,
Ken
and
says
he's the referee and determines if it's a good pick that falls under the category or not.
And then
So-
Ken also reviews each round and says who had the best pick each round and stuff.
But it really doesn't matter. It's like the like in boxing or like the unofficial
Unofficial.
scorecard.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
him. Ken's the unofficial scorecard.
He's the Letterman card or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
I'll
so
catch you
guys,
next week.
if you're listening to this and never catch the reseller draft, come over
Right?
each Monday, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. Nashville Flippers YouTube or Philly Flipper Live YouTube. So, Brendan, when are you going to start making more content?
Dude, I haven't because I just don't have it. Like, there's no like sales. I can't bring my thing into the bins. It's not been garage sales. That's why I haven't been making it because I just don't have it.
You can't bring your GoPro or anything in the bins?
I did a few times, and then I was making a video one time, and then like the manager came out to me. He's like, "Yeah, we don't allow those things in here." And I was like, "I've been to the Mesquite. Or there's another one
Yeah.
like 45 minutes from me." I was like, "They don't care." And they're like, "If you want, you can call the district manager." I'm like, "I'm not doing all that, man."
We need to get you next time I find these because I find these quite often. The glasses with the camera.
Okay.
So
But
next time I find them, I'm like, "This is my boy Brendan." So you can just be.
They're like aviators. They're like aviators.
They look like these glasses,
Oh, really? Okay.
and then they have a camera right in the middle.
Okay.
And then you can put like the SD card like somewhere on the side.
Really?
Huh.
I don't know how good the quality are.
Yeah.
But grand.
At least you get some action footage, kind of.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
And then at the end, talk about what you found, or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have a whole lot of garage sales going on in Michigan right now?
Not really. I mean, in the weekends, but like even tomorrow, there's not any. I just looked, and man, it's been dry. It's been dry, so that's why I haven't had content. That's like the only reason I don't have content is because it's not there. So, you guys, Ray, you live in somewhere like Nashville, man. You got all kinds of opportunity there.
Yeah. It's just the time, man.
Yeah. Joe, you don't have you don't do like GoPro, right, or anything like that?
I do have GoPro.
Oh, do you?
Nicole doesn't like editing. She doesn't like garage sale videos. So she's like,
I don't
why
like
would I
garage sale
want-
videos either. I think
Why would I want to edit something I don't like to watch?
Right.
And then my daughter's like, I can edit because she does her own videos and stuff, but we just,
Yeah. I cut a lot of stuff out of mine. Like it just like
exactly.
try to keep
I mean,
concise.
right? It's like 40 minutes and you get maybe 5 out of it. That's
Yeah.
really good. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, how much time did I just waste doing this? But
Exactly.
then again, you gotta keep the people of your YouTube channel happy. But
Right. I think my longest video is like 13 minutes. Like I don't make long videos.
Really?
at all. Yeah. Like, I rather do like shorts and stuff, but like I do like long form, but I don't make long videos. So I feel like people don't pay attention. Like their attention span is like that,
mhm.
And I know some YouTubers make videos that are like 45 minutes. I'm like, man, I don't.
Meanwhile, we're at an
So,
hour and a half already on ours. So.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but
we
I'm
gotta
saying.
we got to get out of here.
I'm saying.
But guys, thank you all so much for watching. We do appreciate it. Make sure to follow all of our channels, Big Time Flips, I'd Flip That, and the Nashville Flippers. And we'll catch you next time on This Week in Reselling.
Yes, that is the name.
Yeah.
Peace. Bye, guys.
Peace.